let's find out. It's the first ball. And it's going to be a wide ball to start off and a little bit of a loosener. Now this one just coming back into Shrikant. And it's a bit of a misfield by Gurwinder Singh. Will it go away for a boundary? Luckily it won't, because there just wasn't enough pace on that ball. Once again, another great ball. He's absolutely certain there's a wicket. And Mohammad Ursulan raised the finger. A thin edge through Shrikant. Got a couple of runs off the first legal delivery, but that will be his end. And a nice ball here by Omar Farooq. Just pitching back of a length. And I think it's just brushed the glove or the handle along the way. It's top stuff. And Standard and MDOC are just appalling in both games. This one's very well struck by Vimal Kanduri behind point, and he's so good square the wicket. And he shows us some there too. They're going to really need him to carry on as he picks up the first boundary for MDOCs.
Yeah, this one just pitched a little bit too far outside the off stump.
Let's see how he'll do here later today. This one's struck by Sagwan. It's going to be a one-handed effort for Abid Ali. He gets a hand to it. Maybe he could have backpedaled a little more and made it easier for himself, but Sagwan lives to fight another day. And is there a chance for overthrows? There certainly is. This is awful fielding by the Black Caps, who just need to switch on in the field a little bit. They've had some quality bowling, particularly by this man Farooq, who really doesn't deserve this. He deserves a lot better from his fielding unit. Let's see how they do here. This one's a struck away, gone upish, and this one's going straight to the MDOC's dugout. A bit of catching practice for his teammates in this format. Just got one slightly wrong, Farooq, after bowling so well, and he made some room for himself and smacks it over backwards point for a 6.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say that's a bad ball necessarily. Fine leg, third man, and deep backward point, and this one just starts a little bit wide. Sagwan manages to find another boundary. From there you can already tell where he's looking to hit the ball. There he advances this. Oh, manages to just avoid the outstretched hand of the keeper.
This one's going to take an edge, or looks like he's middled. It was hard to spot initially, but it's going to race away to a boundary. Just goes full around that fourth stump line again. He just swings his bat at it. Might have turned a little bit and didn't end up going where he desired, but he gets the outcome he wanted. Come back here. This one by Kanduri is just struck away towards mid-wicket. A bit of a chase for the fielder.
Just the replay here. A bit of a tennis slap. And he's done an excellent job there to get that in front of square.
The second tournament. This one takes a thickish edge. Is it going to go away for a boundary? It's taken an awful off break. This one's a bit wider, and Kanduri will find the gap, so Akhtar goes a bit too wide.
As will the Black Caps. We may... And he gets a wicket.
He certainly does, and that's top stuff there. Just felt that pressure was building on MDOCs. This one takes a top edge, ball popping up, and that's one thing with Brar, of course. He's not the flashiest of bowler, doesn't bowl with the same pace as everyone else does.
Deep square, fine leg, and deep backward point. And I said it, he can't afford to be too wide, and that's exactly where he's gone. And
this one's gone straight towards Resham Singh, but he's put one catch down. We saw MDOC struggling an awful lot with their catching yesterday, and that could have been a very important catch. Of course, that was Gaurav Sagwan there presenting an opportunity, and
he's got another ball to try and get a wicket, but this one looks like no, and he does get a wicket, so it doesn't end up being too costly, does that previous drop.
That was Dipinderjit Singh out there. That was a nice catch by him. We'll bring Hitesh Sudani's innings to an end, of course. We couldn't see the same flurry from him as we typically do. This one went high up in the night sky and well watched by Dipinderjit Singh. Good stuff out there, and a well-deserved wicket for Shahi.
Starts off again with a very good line and manages to find another wicket.
And he hits it straight to the man who bowled that brilliant penultimate over. The first ever catch for Arjun Shahi. Congratulations, young man. Great moment for him. Only managed to get to 77 in the next 4 overs. This one's popped up in the air. This is certainly going to go the distance, and that will just hit the base of the camera tower. Top stuff by Sagwan. It's been a long wait for a boundary for MDOCs. It's the first one they've managed to hit in almost 2.5 overs.
Yeah, perhaps he heard you. They definitely needed that boundary to the MDOCs, but have to give credit to the batsman.
To that 90 mark and get to a half century. This one's clubbed. It's going towards Shahi. He will take another catch. 2 catches in an over for him by the Black Caps. A brilliant fat bike led by this man, the skipper himself, Rajwinder Brar, who's bowled another brilliant over. Just 9 runs and 2 wickets off the final overs. MDOCs were at 56 for 1 at the halfway stage of the innings. But
2 in 1 over.
This one's another ball just shaping away from Pungal, and it's fielded by Girdhar Singh. A little bit of a fumble, but it won't cost the side. Oh, that certainly will, but it just skidded off the surface, that throw, and it manages to go through the legs of the man backing up, and sloppy stuff, and could get even worse as this one goes over the keeper's head, but they'll just stop the bleeding there. Just 1 runs of overthrows.
And get it out of their hand and giving away extra overthrows.
Beautiful ball there. Has that taken an edge? It certainly has. Waqas Akhtar walks off as his poor run of form continues. He can't buy a run right now, and he's just taken a bottom edge and gone through to the keeper. Take a look at this. Beautiful ball.
Yeah, lovely shape away, and like you said, just finding the outside edge there. No real footwork, just hanging that bat out there to dry.
This one's absolutely clobbered by Abid Ali, so he responds very well to that previous ball. We didn't see much footwork on the previous one. Wonder if this has gone the distance. The umpire confirms it has, so nice stuff here by Abid Ali. Just goes bang.
Advancing now and maybe just moving a little bit too far away, and he's given him.
He's given him indeed, and that's the second edge this innings, which M-Docs have managed to draw.
Yeah, he didn't look too happy with his decision, but I think I have to agree with the umpire here. I think I heard something, but of course, the umpire's in the best seat.
Let's take a look at this. That's a brilliant ball by Thadani.
Can't really call him a spinner.
And this one just opened the face of the bat there, and it's taken another nasty off break. We see another fielder slightly overrun it as Clayton's a little bit disappointed in the commentary box, and that goes away for a boundary. Well, they think there's another edge, and this time, once again, it's going to be the slow raise of the finger by Sujit Thinakun, and that's the end of Ashish Bam as wickets continue to tumble for the Black Caps.
And again, it's that line. We've seen all the batsmen just staying a bit leg side of the ball, but we can't have him looking there every single ball. Oh, he's dropped the catch here. Tough chance, I would have to say, but you got to be taking those.
Yeah, we'll just take a look at this replay here. This one by Rajwinder Brar hits straight back to Kunduri, and he just tries to get a hand to it, but it was always going to be a tough opportunity to catch. And Resham Singh gets a hold of this one as he's gone the distance. There's a fielder underneath it, but he's put one down as M-Docs' struggles out there in the field. Catching continue. Chest height catch, but he's made it a bit too complicated. And this is a fortunate boundary for Resham Singh. He could easily have been walking back right now.
There we go. There he goes to his favorite side this time.
This one just straying onto the pads a little bit, and it's a poor bit of fielding by Vilok Sharma. Just very tamely stuck a foot out, and
really well bowled.
This one's gone high up in the air. It might have collected some stardust on the way down, and Pungal takes it on the second attempt. A little bit of a juggle, and that's the end of Resham Singh's innings. Nice work there. Pungal is absolutely delighted, and wickets continue to tumble for the Black Caps. Their biggest partnership coming to an end now, as Resham Singh has to depart, having made just 12 runs. A good catch there by M-Docs, who he can do it. 20 balls to go, 43 needed to win. He decides to hit a big one, but all he's done is hit it straight to Sagwan, who puts down his second catch of the night.
Ball to their field, more importantly. Another full toss. Perhaps this one is going to go, and it does.
Just connects on one. Should be the fourth catch here for Srikanth, and what a night it's been for him. If you had him on fantasy cricket, then you're probably just relishing all the points you'll be collecting. I've never seen a keeper collect this many catches, and that is a Cyprus T10 record. 4 catches for the wicketkeeper. Nice stuff for him, and he'll be absolutely delighted. Of course, it's going to... And Umar Farooq will strike this one as hard as he can. He'll get a 6, so a nice little bit of work for him. He'll be pleased with that. He gets a little something to boast about in the dugout, but M-Docs have recorded their 3rd win in T10 cricket. This is a monumental moment for them, and excellent stuff by the M-Docs. They'll be absolutely delighted.